And we're back here on the GSMC Baseball Podcast, bringing you our fourth segment, which is going to be going over my All-Star bracket, All-Star ballot, not bracket, for this year. MLB just did announce that you can start making the All-Star ballot, so I wanted to come on here and give my first one, and just talking about the players I did talk about here. So we are going to go from AL to NL first. I apologize if the ballot looks a little weird on the screen. I tried making it better, but it just has not worked right now and is not looking the greatest. So I do apologize about that. I'm only moving it a little bit. Sorry if it's covering my face here. That'll just be there for a second. So hopefully that makes it a little bit better. I don't think it will be, but it doesn't look the greatest, but still I wanted to get it on there. So yeah, we're going with that, and I'll talk about it. So first off, we have at first base for the American League, I have Josh Naylor of the Cleveland Guardians. Now, Naylor has had an amazing season for his team so far, really breaking out for this team and being one of the big reasons why they have done so well this year. The Guardians, of course, have been one of the biggest surprises in the entire MLB, and Naylor has been one of the biggest reasons for that. This is a guy who I didn't really think much of when he came onto the scene and didn't really think much of continuously with this team, but has really broken out this year, been a big part of what the Guardians have been doing this year. Has done great, so props to him, and he is my all-star starter at first base for the American League. Moving on to second base here, we have from the Toronto Blue Jays, Davis Schneider. Now, Davis Schneider was a guy who came out of nowhere last year, a kind of a journeyman throughout his career. Not really journeyman, but throughout the minor leagues, I should say. Never really making his mark, but came out of nowhere, came up with the Blue Jays, and absolutely tore the cover off the ball for a few weeks. Kind of slowed down a little bit after that, and people were like, okay, the fun's over. He's had his insanity run, quote unquote, if you want to say that. But nope, he's picked it right back up this year and done absolutely phenomenal. Been one of the biggest bats in this Blue Jays lineup. Yes, the team has been underperforming, but that's not Davis Schneider's fault. He's been at great. He's one of the coolest players to watch in this league, with his stance, with that killer mustache, and yeah, I think deserves this placement here at second base. Has been amazing and has been a big part of this Blue Jays team this year. Been really, really good, and props to him. He's done a really great job, and yeah, he's my second baseman here. Talking about my second baseman here for the American League, and yeah, I think he deserves to be the All-Star starter here. At third base, we have from the Boston Red Sox, Rafael Devers. Now, it is a surprise when anyone but Jose Ramirez is here on this AL third baseman bracket, but I still love Jose Ramirez. I think he's having an amazing season. I was very close to picking him, but I think with the season Devers has had, it was only right to pick him over. He has currently a 150 weighted runs created plus, almost at 2 WAR in barely over 200 plate appearances without playing great defense. He's done absolutely amazing this year. Really, really well. And yeah, I think he clearly deserves to be the All-Star starter here at third base for the AL. The Red Sox have also been a very surprising team this year. Have done a great job, and yeah, not a lot of people expect them to do much, but they have, and yeah, good job for them here. And he is my third base starter. At shortstop, I have, of course, Gunnar Henderson of the Baltimore Orioles. Henderson, of course, the top prospect last year, really burst onto the scene and has done amazing this year. Followed that year up, becoming an MVP candidate currently. Has done amazing for the Orioles, has become a franchise player for them, and I think has clearly shown himself to be a building block of this team. Is an MVP candidate right now, has done amazing, and he is my shortstop pick for the American League. Yeah, he's just a great player and deserves to be here. Now for the outfield, of course, you have 3 spots, so I'll go over them. First off, we have Aaron Judge from the New York Yankees. What's there to say here? I mean, it's Aaron Judge, right? Like, he deserves this spot completely. He's had an amazing year this year. Done absolutely incredible. Did not start off the greatest, but has really, really picked it up these last few weeks. Has insane numbers just looking at the small sample size of the past few weeks, and overall in the season now is having a Judge-like season. OPS over 1,000. Looking great. Deserves to be here. Yeah, very much deserved for this spot. He's one of the best players in baseball for a reason. Got that contract last offseason for a reason. Yep. Great job here for Judge. And yeah, clearly. Another obvious one here was Juan Soto of the New York Yankees. Again, 2 Yankees in the outfield. Now, with Soto, I mean, he's been everything as advertised for the Yankees and more. He was my AL MVP pick, so I wouldn't say I'm surprised. I of course predicted this. Kidding, of course. But yeah, he's been absolutely amazing. Really thrived with the Yankees pinstripes. Really thrived being a part of this organization. How historic they are, and yeah, I think that Soto very much deserved this placement. He's clearly been in. He's clearly been one of the better outfielders in the league this year. Is probably the MVP candidate, probably the MVP favorite right now, if I had to guess. Done absolutely amazing, and props to him. Done a great job, and deserves this placement here. So, yeah, Juan Soto here as my second outfielder with his teammate Aaron Judge. The third and final outfielder I had on this list was Kyle Tucker of the Houston Astros. Tucker has done absolutely amazing this year, having an incredible season. I mean, we all know how good he is, and he's continued it this year. Even with the Astros struggling, Tucker has been his same old self, done absolutely amazing, and yeah, been a great player, and is great. Not much else to say about Tucker here. Is an absolutely incredible player, and I have him here in the third outfield spot for a reason. Having a great season and deserves this placement. One of the better players in baseball showing it. At catcher here, surprisingly, I have Salvador Perez of the Kansas City Royals. Now, Perez has been an absolutely huge surprise for this Royals team this year. People were kind of counting him off, saying, he doesn't play defense already. He's getting older. He's not going to hit well. But man, has he proven those people wrong. He's been one of the best hitters in all of baseball this entire year. Done so great. Been one of the biggest parts of this Royals revolution, I should say, with how good they are. I mean, we talked about it already in the last segment, how good they were. So Perez has done absolutely amazing with the bat this year. Very clearly deserves this catching spot. Done so great. And yeah, clearly deserves this placement here. Has done amazing. And yeah, good for him. Deserves the spot very clearly. One of the biggest reasons why the Royals have been as good as they have been this year. And finally, in the DH spot, I have Yordan Alvarez. Now, it came down for me with Yordan and Brent Rooker of the A's, two AL West bats, but I did end up going with Yordan simply because it's Yordan. I think that he clearly deserves this. Has been one of the best DHs in all of baseball for a number of years now, really since he came up. We all know about Yordan, an absolute monster at the plate, one of the best hitters in the entire league, and has continued it this year. Has not been one of the reasons why the Astros have been so bad this year. Him and Kyle Tucker, they're absent from criticism. I'd say have been really great. I think Alvarez clearly deserves this DH spot. You could give it to Brent Rooker. I almost did. I think it's very, very close with each other. But I went Yordan ultimately. Not a slight to Brent Rooker. I just think both are very equal. So yeah, very clearly I think deserves this placement here. Yordan Alvarez being the DH for them. Yeah. So that is my American League All-Star bracket here. Going over it again just to recap. First base from the Cleveland Guardians, Josh Naylor. Second base from the Toronto Blue Jays, Davis Schneider. Third base from the Boston Red Sox, Rafael Devers. Shortstop from the Baltimore Orioles, Gunnar Henderson. Outfielders from the New York Yankees, Aaron Judge, Juan Soto. Other one from the Houston Astros, Kyle Tucker. Catcher from the Kansas City Royals, Salvador Perez. And DH from the Houston Astros, Yordan Alvarez. So yeah, that is our fourth segment here talking about my AL All-Star bracket. Moving into our fifth and final segment. Sorry, did not mean to do that. Going into our fifth and final segment now talking about the NL All-Star bracket. You see it on the other side, so it's not really going to be a surprise when I say these players. But yeah, did want to talk about it and did want to give these players a good mention. So yeah, talk about that and we'll see you after the break. So thanks and bye.